I let go of so much and I gave it to him. And no amount of I'm sorry's will ever undo it. Hurt people hurt people.
Hollywood thrives on drama, but this one, it's a full-blown war. A few months ago, if you had asked anyone about Blake Lively, they would have told you she was one of Hollywood's golden girls. Beloved, respected, untouchable.
She's a Me Too victim there. That's absurd.
Justin Baldoni is finally speaking about how exhausted he is from the year of emotional stress dealing with It Ends With Us.
But now, she's watching her empire crumble in real time, and Justin Baldoni is the one lighting the match. What started as a routine lawsuit has turned into one of the most shocking Hollywood takedowns in years. And the worst part? The more Blake fights back.
I don't like her. She seems like a bully. She was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat.
The more she seems to be digging her own grave. Justin Baldoni has had enough. For years, he's played by the rules, built his career with integrity, and stayed out of Hollywood's mess.
His holidays ruined, and now his whole career is attempted to be ruined by Blake and the lawsuit. So I can only imagine if he was this tough before it all dropped, imagine how much tougher it was after.
But when Blake Lively allegedly tried to derail his reputation with accusations that didn't add up, he decided to fight back. And not just with words. Instead of folding under pressure, Justin countersued for a staggering $400 million flipping. The entire situation on its head.
Actor-director Justin Baldoni is now suing his former co-star Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds, seeking more than $400 million in damages, accusing them of defamation and extortion.
Suddenly, Blake wasn't the one in control anymore. Overnight, the narrative shifted, and the media, the industry, and even her own supporters started questioning everything. The courtroom battle has been nothing short of brutal. Blake's legal team walked in thinking they had this case locked down, but within minutes, their strategy started to collapse. Motion after motion was denied. Every legal maneuver they attempted got shot down. Even their desperate plea for a gag order to silence Justin's team was flat out rejected. The judge wasn't buying what they were selling, and neither was the public.
I told them that I was exhausted, that I haven't given myself time to recover or time to heal. I had a intense year.
What should have been a straightforward win for Blake turned into a humiliating legal disaster. And that was just the beginning. Then came the receipts. If Blake thought she could control the narrative, she clearly underestimated just how much Justin had in his back pocket. Leaked text messages and emails painted an entirely different picture than the one Blake had been pushing.
Told us that Justin Baldoni denied those claims of sexual harassment and only tried to appease Blake Lively because she was such a high-maintenance diva bully brat. He had to bend over backwards just to get her to shut up and complete the film.
Private conversations showed that not only was she on good terms with Justin during filming, but she was actively engaging with him, joking, inviting him to her trailer, and even complimenting his work. These weren't the actions of someone uncomfortable or mistreated. They were the actions of someone in control, until she wasn't. Then there's the issue of how Blake reportedly behaved on set. Sources close to the production claim she wasn't just high maintenance. She was a full-blown nightmare to work with.
I had anxiety because I'm not feeling like my full self. And yet I came today despite, no sleep and not feeling great and, all of the barriers.
None of it was just due to the fact that she seems like a rather shitty person. She decided to blame him, and boy, did she open up a hornet's nest and learn, be careful what you wish for, because now you've got the fight you asked for and you're not winning it.
Insisting on last-minute script changes, making outrageous demands, and allegedly trying to take creative control of It Ends. With Us, despite not being the director or producer. At one point, it's said that she even pushed for Final Cut approval, something that's normally reserved for directors with years of experience. The arrogance was off the charts, and according to insiders, it rubbed a lot of people the wrong way.
He is, his agent is Ari Emanuel. He's a powerful Hollywood guy, and we all respond to Hollywood power. And there's a hypocrisy and a fraudulence there that the public is picking up on. And so that's really interesting. Now,
a lot of material success and a lot of emotional stress. It's very hard on me and my family.
And then there's Ryan Reynolds, Blake's husband, Hollywood's golden boy, the man who was supposed to stand by her and weather this storm. Except, instead of standing strong, Ryan made the situation 10 times worse. In the middle of this already disastrous lawsuit, Ryan thought it would be a good idea to joke about the case on live television. That's right. While Blake was fighting to maintain her credibility, Ryan was out here making light of it, cracking jokes that immediately sent the internet into a frenzy. Fans were confused, critics were ruthless, and suddenly, it wasn't just Blake's reputation. On the line, Ryan's carefully crafted image started taking hits too.
Blake's Lively's complaint of harassment. He called me sexy. I felt so uncomfortable. Why would you do that? Well, here's one point where she's calling him a ball buster. I'm just a ball buster.
She is accused of having turned the whole cast of It Ends With Us against Justin.
There was this vicious reaction to this. These are just some of the top comments that were on SNL's Instagram posts. They wrote, the top comment here, "It was funny until the cringe Ryan Reynolds couple made it awkward. Read the room, get out. Could have done without Ryan and Blake, so exhausting. Missing Ryan Gosling," which is really funny.
Ryan's entire brand is built on being the relatable, self-aware, effortlessly cool guy. But there's nothing cool about publicly mocking a legal case that could ruin your wife's career. Social media turned on him instantly. Fans flooded the comment sections of his posts, calling him out for making light of such a serious situation. Some even accused him of subtly distancing himself from Blake.
Get it? He's just being his funny Deadpool self, guys. So ironic, and it's so funny. He's like mocking the situation. I didn't know Saturday Night Live approves bullying from Ryan and Blake, and that is kind of one of the, first and foremost, deep ironies of what's going on here, is the fact that Saturday Night Live has made itself almost an enemy, I would say, of half of America.
He really sees this all the way through and makes sure we get to Discovery and proves how disgusting some of these high-level celebrities can be.
Because what's actually funny to him is not the sexual harassment. What's funny to him is that he found a tool to be able to stage a hostile takeover of a business. And they were high. They were totally high on their own supply of power. They were enjoying it. They were enjoying humiliating Justin Baldoni. Like I said, they got so close.
Making her look bad while keeping his own hands clean. And let's be honest, that theory isn't entirely far-fetched. Now, let's talk about Hollywood's reaction. Because if there's one thing this industry hates more than bad press, it's a scandal they can't spin. At first, Blake had every reason to believe her powerful friends would rally behind her. But when the time came, silence. No A-list co-stars came forward to defend her. No industry powerhouses spoke up. Even her closest friends in the business kept their distance. And when Colleen Hoover, the very author who personally chose Blake for It Ends With Us, wiped all traces of her from social media, that was the clearest sign yet. Blake was on her own. And let's not forget about the It Ends With Us production team. Rumors suggest that behind the scenes, there was growing tension between Blake and key members of the project.
You guys went to the New York Times. Oh, nobody could be bigger than the New York Times before you filed your lawsuit, as all of the evidence is indicating, because you wanted to set the public narrative against Justin Baldoni. Now that it's backfiring, you're like, hey, I want people gagged. This is unprofessional to go to the press. Everyone sees right through you and Ryan.
It's part of being in the public eye. She's just used to being Hollywood's golden girl, and she had such thin skin that after having a couple negative things happen to her for a month, she had to blame him. She decided to blame him.
Is they're watching everyone on TikTok, they're watching everyone on Instagram say, what you did is not okay. And they're standing in front of the world and they're saying, we can't be canceled because we're too connected. So what? Sorry for the rest of you guys. Sorry for the rest of you idiots who are beneath us. We just have to make a phone call to Ari Emanuel and we can get into a skit. And how we treat people doesn't matter.
Some sources claim that the movie didn't turn out as originally envisioned because of Blake's interference. The film was meant to shed light on serious issues, but instead, it became overshadowed by controversy, diva behavior, and a brewing Hollywood scandal. Meanwhile, Justin Baldoni isn't just walking away from this unscathed, he's walking away stronger. His career, once in jeopardy, is now skyrocketing as Hollywood starts to see him as the real victim in all of this. The support is growing, and every new detail that emerges only strengthens his case.
That Justin Baldoni, ultimately, by the time they got to the premiere, was mandated by Blake Lively to spend the night in the basement, away from his co-stars, and didn't even get to see the final cut of his own movie because Blake Lively insisted that she be the one to approve it, until he watched it on the screen with his editors.
The film was steamrolled by Blake, which just showed their inexperience as producers, and I say that with all respect. They got completely controlled and taken over by Blake. Here's where he goes into why he made the film.
I haven't talked about this a lot because I want to be very mindful in the conversation around this movie to not take the emphasis off of what is happening to women at alarming rates.
Absolutely.
Blake, on the other hand, is running out of options. Her lawsuit has backfired so badly that she now faces financial devastation. And no, not the kind of celebrity setback that just means fewer designer handbags. This is a full-scale collapse. Blake's net worth? Around $50 million, but if she loses this lawsuit, she could owe nearly 10 times that amount. And here's where it gets even worse. Ryan Reynolds, who has a net worth of around $350 million, isn't exactly in a position to swoop in and save her. His fortune isn't sitting in a bank account ready to be cashed out. It's tied up in businesses, investments, and brand deals, many of which are now under scrutiny thanks to his connection to this lawsuit. And let's be real, how long is Ryan willing to go down with this sinking ship? Hollywood is built on survival, and if there's one thing top-tier celebrities know how to do, it's protect their own image. Ryan is smart. He knows this is a bad look, and if it comes down to saving his own reputation or sticking by Blake, well, let's just say we've seen this play out before. The bigger question now is, can Blake Lively come back from this? Right now, all signs point to no. She's facing a massive financial burden, a reputation that's beyond repair, and a Hollywood industry that seems more than ready to move on without her. She tried to control the narrative, but instead, she lost control of everything. And Justin Baldoni, he didn't just survive this attack, he turned the tables in a way that no one saw coming. He played the long game, and now he's the one standing, victorious. It's a lesson Hollywood won't forget anytime soon. So what do you think? Is Blake's downfall deserved, or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on Hollywood's biggest scandals. This one's far from over.